No, 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 no.
Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. You know what time it is. The Mega Knight just released and fuck, I'm slapping myself. Can you hear that? The Superstar really have to jack themselves off like 4 days into an actually good meta and then release a broken ass card like they always do. And of course, it has yet again another fucking hat or helmet. You guys got on me on that on the last video, but the Mega Knight. Let's just look outside this challenge that we won. We got this code killer, the Mega Knight 12 wins. Let's just stare at those two cold eyes, the cold eyes of a meta killer, the Meta Knight. Like, did they steal that shit straight out from Kirby? This isn't Brawl. This isn't Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I don't want to see Meta Knight be OP. This is just, god damn it. Meta Knight, although like it is very much broken, and I'll tell you guys why in a bit. It's not as broken as the point as Night Witch because that its stats it isn't as versatile as Night Witch because of course it's still selling elixir, so it is pretty hard to constantly play it and spam the shit out of it. But still, its stats are way too overtuned. Just look at it, like 480 area damage. It just has way too much health and it's just way too tanky. And I guess we can just open up this chest for right now. But the Meta Knight, just get it out of my life. The Superstar really always have to change his shit up in right in the middle of CCGS 2. Just, I know that it's not good to think of suicidal thoughts, but Superstar brought it upon me. I am beyond triggered at this moment. Did Mega Knight really have to be that dumb? But I don't know. We're in for a new meta, boys. Time to ride the wave, time to ride it through the new light, and time to fuck some bitches up with the Meta Knight. Alright, let's look over the last two games inside the 12 win challenge. So against Overlevel Noob, that's a top tier name, to be honest. So the thing about Meta Knight that sort of irks me, but actually is probably better at the moment because it'll make it even more OP, is that when it falls, you know how Meta Knight is supposed to be a splash tank such as Valkyrie, but when it falls, it pushes everything back, and then it's pretty much single target because it pushes everything back, and then you can't splash it, and it's really bad after that. The card itself, it just feels like a bit janky. It needs a bit more fine-tuning, and the design of it is that as a tank, the fact that it moves as a bend is really too OP. And here I am getting butt fucked by some goblins. I never thought I'd say that, getting butt fucked by some goblins, but I guess today's the day. There's a day for everything, such as the broken ass Meta Knight. But the thing about Meta Knight is that it requires way more. Other than a P.E.K.K.A is like really fucking good on defense, right? That's what makes it so viable at the moment. But Meta Knight is good on defense, and not only that, but it's translatable to insane value on offense. And this is what really boggled my mind during that bridge spam meta, was if the card manages to generate more value than it's worth on offense just by sitting there, that means you know that that card is too overpowered. And at the moment, you need to take out 7 elixir or more to counter the Meta Knight if you just have typical counters in your deck. Even if you have cards such as Knight, Ice Golem, you still need to go to extra lengths to counter the Meta Knight, and that's not even accounting for the extra backup troops that the Mega Knight has to go against you. So in this deck right now, I'm playing Minor Poison Control just because I know that I'm like, there's no point trying to get through the Mega Knight. I mean, it's just a defensive wall. I mean, I guess Trump is finally happy now, but the Mega Knight, the only thing that counters it exceptionally well is probably P.E.K.K.A, which is another defensive troop. So we're definitely going to see a lot more defense inside this meta, and pretty much the only consistent win damage is going to be things such as Spell Bait, which ironically is actually pretty good against a Mega Knight because of the Inferno Dragon side of the deck and because of the Knight. And probably minor poison. I mean, even such as Lava Loon, which Mega Knight can't target because it can't target air, it's still gonna be somewhat gimmicky because of the fact that against everything else, it doesn't always have consistent matchups. So, I mean, like, the only reason why I'm not totally tilted at the moment is because Mega Knight is 7 elixir. Okay, I'm sorry for saying Mega Knight. It's Meta Knight. Repeat it with me. Meta Knight. The thing is though about this card is that it really forces the meta into one direction, which Heal did, which Night Witch did, and I hate it when that happens. There are some cards that are really good, but can force the meta in multiple directions, such as Elite Barbs. But cards such as Executioner and Night Witch forces decks to have certain encounters, and of course, once every deck has certain encounters, the meta completely shits over, and people are forced to play like certain decks. And over here, I'm actually overwhelming him because he played a Mega Knight wrong, and these games are pretty much gonna come down to that. And I think it's sort of funny because Supercell always, last season in CCGS, Supercell introduced the Night Witch halfway through the qualifiers, and now they released the Meta Knight halfway through the qualifiers. So people are ranting on Twitter left and right. You don't want to see what happens down there. But let's just look inside the game right now. This deck is actually pretty well, and I think that, well, of course, it's meant for the Meta Knight challenge where you know your opponent's running Mega Knight. So the meta is definitely different outside of the challenge. But I think this deck could be applicable outside the challenge as well. Tombstone is actually a really good counter to, well, not a really good counter. There are no really good counters. Got him, but Tombstone is decent against Mega Knight because it forces it to spend a bunch of time jumping on the random dudes that spawn out. And like I said in my last video, Inferno Dragons and Air Troops are doing really well against the Meta Knight because it can't target air. So we have a bit of Zap Bait over here with the Tombstone, the Inferno Dragon, and the Bats. Bats is doing really well inside the meta. And then you have basically the minor poison combo to constantly chip and get damage. And what's really good about this deck is that it serves a bunch of purposes, and it can probably beat out most decks except probably a faster minor poison cycle, or probably Spell Bait, because it is a bit too heavy to deal with that, and it doesn't have that many good counters to it because of the Zap Cell inside the deck. But we really do have to put Zap because all the bats are floating around these days. Over here, I do drop the Inferno Dragon for the Meta Knight, I believe. Oh no, I dropped my own Meta Knight, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, its splash is a bit janky. It's like the Dark Prince, where the splash is really jank. It doesn't reach that far, and once you drop it and knock back everything, most likely your Meta Knight, I almost said Mega Knight again, is only gonna target one troop. So, 45 seconds left, and right now I'm basically just stalling it out. The 12 wins wasn't really that hard because really, even though I do hate when the meta becomes very linear, this meta is sort of nice just because it promotes control, because the Meta Knight is so defensive that you're pretty much almost forced to play control. Siege is like, Expo's dead. The Meta Knight can just completely body the Expo out of existence, out of this physical plane. It's just a bit bad, a bit no bueno, a bit sad, a bit feels bad, man. Over here, I overwhelm him yet again, and I think that an interesting combo to try out with the Meta Knight is probably Tornado, because then you could just Tornado everything together, and then you could probably use Executioner in deck too. So I think I'm gonna try that out and build a deck that involves Meta Knight Tornado, and try to like fuck up some people in my clan, give them some of that Meta Knight spice if they haven't marinated already, it will marinate. And let's play some people in my clan and give them a surprise. Okay, so I made this graveyard deck. It's pretty much a new version of Splash Yard, and hopefully we can terrorize someone inside our clan. Oh yeah, it's legit. It's legit. Okay, we're fighting against our fucking leader. Okay, Sheeps, Daddy Sheeps, throwing in the kind words of BM, the beautiful tune of BM. That's what I like to wake up to every day. Alright, so he did drop that, and we really don't have anything, so we're gonna drop our Mega Knight, which I typically don't advise you to do because it is somewhat like a P.E.K.K.A. in which it's 7 elixir and it's very heavy, and you can probably get punished hard. But we do have the Ice Golem on the other lane, so he probably can't split push us at the moment. So we're just gonna graveyard, and we just zapped the Goblin Gang. And the Mega Knight is pretty tanky, so he's definitely a good, he synergizes pretty well with Graveyard. Oops. What was that BM in the beginning, Sheeps? I think Sheeps is a bit sheepish. Okay, I'll stop. I need to end myself. Too many puns. Tornado. Shape it to drag everything. Holy shit, it didn't drag anything. Oh my god. I'm not erect at the moment. What was that play? That was Garbaje. I need to repent. I need some more Jesus, okay? Executioner, Graveyard, easy money. The thing I like about this deck is it has 3 spells, because there's so many things that require like Zap or like Log or something nowadays, so definitely like this deck. Easy tower, easy life. That's some good shit. Next time he drops a Gombra, I'm gonna evaporate that shit with the Mega Knight. Complete evaporation. We're full elixir, so I can just drop Baby Dragon, force them to react. This deck does, I just made it so it does suffer a bit from, fuck, it better targeted King Tower. Oh my god! I'm so bad at this game. But it does suffer a bit from cycling because most of the cards inside this deck are tanks, and I took out the cycle card, which is typically in Splash Yard for Zap because of all the bats inside the meta. But that should be nice. The panic barrel, not like this. Okay, Baby Dragon in the back arena. What? The rocket. Oh my god, it didn't even hit the Baby Dragon. Oh my lord, it's a wrap. Let's just finish this man right now. Let's give him some let's help, at least let him live with some dignity. Sheeps, I love you, Dad. Anyways guys, the Meta Knight is OP, and other news, water is red. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.